It's October 54 AD. You are sitting at a private banquet in the heart of Rome's imperial palace. Across the table sits your husband, the Emperor Claudius. He is a man who rules the entire Western world. But tonight, you plan on bringing that to an end. He reaches into a silver bowl, takes a massive bite of his favorite dish, a plate of wild mushrooms, and smiles at you. You smile back, because you know that every single bite is laced with a lethal, slow-acting neurotoxin. You have to appreciate the efficiency. He gets his favorite meal, and you get a vacancy on the throne. Everyone wins, briefly. As the poison takes hold and the ruler of the Roman Empire begins to convulse on the floor, you don't call for a physician, mostly because the physician is the one who helped you mix the poison. It's called networking. Instead, you calmly step over his body and summon the Imperial Guards. Within hours, your 16-year-old son Nero is declared the ruler of the civilized world. You actually did it. You outmaneuvered the Senate, poisoned your rivals, and murdered someone who was considered a god to put your teenager on the throne. You are Agrippina the Younger, the most feared woman in Rome, and you believe you finally control the empire. But you made one fatal mistake. You forgot that monsters breed monsters. And in just a few short years, the boy you committed murder to protect will realize that if his mother could kill an emperor, she can definitely kill him too. To understand how Agrippina becomes a woman who steps over dying husbands without blinking, we have to rewind. Because her childhood wasn't an upbringing, it was an elimination round. Agrippina is born into royalty. Her father is Germanicus, Rome's general who is loved by all, which in ancient Rome is a terminal diagnosis. He dies under highly suspicious circumstances when she's just a child. Most assume the Emperor Tiberius had him poisoned out of pure jealousy. Her mother, Agrippina the Elder, demands justice, very loudly. This turns out to be a terrible strategy. Tiberius bans her to an island where she eventually starves to death. Agrippena's two older brothers, also arrested and starved. It's safe to say family dinner was a tense concept. By the time she's a teenager, Agrippina has learned a vital lesson. In the palace, paranoia isn't a flaw, it's a survival mechanism. And things only get weirder when her brother Caligula becomes emperor. Yes, the guy who declared war on the ocean and tried to appoint his horse to a senate. That brother. At first, Caligula showers Agrippina and her sisters with honors. They get prime seats at the games, their names are included in official oaths, and they're treated like living goddesses. But Caligula's favor is like a loaded weapon. It doesn't take long for him to decide that Agrippina isn't loyal enough. In 39 AD, he accuses her of plotting a coup, strips her of her wealth, and exiles her to a tiny barren island in the Mediterranean. They left her out there with nothing, expecting her to fade into obscurity or break under the isolation. But they forgot who her father was. Agrippina didn't break, she waited. Because if Roman history taught her anything, it's that emperors have a shockingly short shelf life. And in 41 AD, Caligula's own guards decided that they had enough of the horse politics. He is assassinated in the palace's corridor. Just like that, the throne is empty. The island prison doors are open, and Agrippina is coming home. But this time, she's not playing defense. Agrippina returns to Rome to find a completely redesigned political landscape. With Caligula gone, the Praetorian Guard has installed his uncle, Claudius, as the new emperor. Claudius is historically remembered as a bit of an eccentric scholar and easily manipulated by the people around him. To Agrippina, he isn't just family, he's an opportunity. But she has to play the long game. She lacks wealth, her reputation is stained by exile, and she has a young son to protect. So she secures a strategic quiet marriage to a wealthy senator named Passienus Crispus. It's a brief union. Crispus conveniently dies a few years later, leaving his massive fortune entirely to Agrippina. While rumors of poison circulate in the Roman gossip mill, nothing is ever proven. Agrippina simply moves on, now independently wealthy and ready for the main event. By 48 AD, Claudius's current wife, Messalina, is executed after executing a disastrously public coup attempt of her own. Suddenly, the position of Empress is vacant. Claudius's advisors begin auditioning noble women from across the empire, but Agrippina has an unfair advantage. She already has access to the palace as his niece. She uses every drop of her intellect, charm, and proximity to convince Claudius that the best way to secure the dynasty is to marry within the family. Yes, marrying your niece was highly illegal in Rome, but when you rule the Western world, altering incest laws is just a bit of light paperwork. The Senate quickly passes a special decree, and in 49 AD, they are wed. Agrippina is no longer just a survivor of the Julio-Claudian bloodline. She is the Empress of Rome, and her very first order of business? Ensuring her son Nero takes precedence over Claudius's own biological child, Britannicus. The pieces are set, the board is locked, and Claudius has no idea he's already walking into checkmate. Agrippina played the ultimate game of political chess and won. She survived a tyrant brother, outlived an empire's worth of rivals, and successfully poisoned her way to the absolute top. At just 16 years old, her son Nero is now the face of Rome, but Agrippina is the one holding the strings. She thought she had engineered the perfect puppet king, but history is about to remind us why you should never teach a monster how to hunt. Agrippina spent her entire life securing the crown for her family. Now she has to survive the son she gave it to. And trust me, Nero's ideas for retirement plans are far more creative than wild mushrooms.